So we have 7 sprints. This is our course 8. So please be aware, totally we have course 7 courses in Java. So out of that, course 7 is for project. So complete course 7 is your capstone core Java project. Course 7 is your project. With that, your Java is getting over. Course 8 is your HTML and CSS. Together, your HTML and CSS will be your course 8. The first 2 sprints were HTML and remaining all sprint were CSS. This is our course 8. Course 9 is your JavaScript. Course 10 and 11 is Angular 1 and Angular 2. These 4 courses comprises your front end. So without further delay, let's start. So first sprint in HTML, which is develop a web page using HTML. So under front-end program, there were 4 courses. According to course order, we can say course 8, course 9, course 10, and course 11. Developing responsive web page. Web application development, we were into web page, design module, presentation tier. With the help of HTML, we are using HTML5 version and CSS. So followed with the next courses, interactive web page using JavaScript, single page application using Angular, and building SPA with complex form and navigable workflows using Angular module. So under HTML and CSS, we have 7 sprints. Let's start with the first sprint, which is develop a web page using HTML. So again, I would like to clarify you something. So Java is a programming language. By using the programming language, we can develop applications. So whatever we have learned in first 6 courses, the project which I have implemented falls under the category console application. In your IntelliJ, you can find consolidated command line application. Even though we were using under IntelliJ, it will consider as a CUI application. The next module is about web application development. So web pages in web application. So name alone, web application, websites. So website comprises of n number of web pages. Those web pages are constructed with the help of hypertext markup language. So let's start with fundamentals. So I don't want to comment on this slide. As we all know, we are living in the era of completely internet. So we are living in the world of data science. The data is ruling our world and all of us. So, but before that, invention of internet and World Wide Web changed our world. So imagine like how will be the world without www, World Wide Web? By the way, what is World Wide Web? What it consists of? When the word World Wide Web comes into the picture, internet is second, that is different. Connecting n number of computers in different parts of world, in different places, remote places, that is internet. Oh my God, guys, are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is just a general discussion. Yes, so what will happen? Okay, what will happen without internet? Can we able to connect with this online session in Zoom?
No.
Nothing.
No.
If you open if you are using mobile, can anything able to functionate on your mobile?
Oh man.
You can't even imagine your banking application, your social media, your online shopping, Even this online session, 10 years back, we haven't think about this online mode of learning, online live. Okay. So internet, network of networks connecting n number of machines all over the world globally for sharing the information. Where the information will be stored? Information will be stored in
Data centers.
World Wide Web. So if I want to store an information, if I want to exchange an information in a massive scale, we are doing it with one tap, one touch, one click, only with the help of World Wide Web. So please explore on World Wide Web. I know you people know what is what, but when it comes to explanation, even though it is a basic term, explore on this World Wide Web. www. Again, internet network. So either we need to go for wired connection or we need to go for wireless connection. Either wired connection or wireless connection. On top of it, we in need of IP, Internet Protocol, rules and regulation of your networking. On top of your TCP or UDP, whatever the application using, it falls under any of the protocol. So how in programming language, we are discussing about the syntax. Likewise, in internet, everything is protocol. If I want to handle a web application, I in need of HTTP. If I want to pass a message, if I want to use any messenger application, your chat application, if I want to go for any mailing service. So name alone internet, on top of it internet, all the rules and regulations are set with the help of protocols. So for web application, we are using HTTP protocol. Under HTTP, all the data will be stored in worldwideweb.nit.com. Am I making it sense? Google.com. Again, in order to access this web application, we need of internet, and in my machine, in my computer. So I should have internet connection. Again, in my machine, I will be using web browser and I will be supplying this URL. So, and this application is not only for my machine, the application which can be viewed all over the world with the help of internet, with this help of protocol. If I want to have this protocol, I should have any of the internet protocol. On top of my TCP, in my machine it's TCP, I have my HTTP so that I can use my NIT.com. The application which can be viewed all over the world globally by using internet with the help of browser, if I supply URL. So this is my client machine. In my client machine, I'll be supplying URL. It will send to my server machine. In client machine, I'll be using web browser. In my server machine, I'll be using web server. So the client will be giving the URL in the form of a request. The server will be sending. So the server will be sending web pages as a response. And all the information will be stored in an organization called as www. Just explore on all the fundamental terms. And these things are not new to you. And again, on top of all the server related application, we have port numbers. So as of now, we explored on one port number, which is database server MySQL. So likewise, each server related application will have a port number to acquire the service, the particular service by the client. Any question? Shall I move to next slide?
Ma'am, how does www stores? I mean, is it a kind of a server/database?
Yes, not database. Don't touch on database. So if you take whatever the web application, the web content we are accessing, everything will be stored in www. That's what I'm telling. Explore it. So it's a simple term, but when it comes to modal use, I want all of you to explore on what is World Wide Web, what else, all these protocols, how the information is getting transferred.
Is it stored inside supercomputer likewise?
At present, I will not use the word supercomputer. No. It is a medium, or it is a way, it's a communication way to exchange an information in an internet from one machine to another machine, which has been connected through network in different parts of the world. Don't think about storage. Storage is totally different. We have cloud storage, we have database storage. Each client, whenever they are requesting, it will go to the respective server. Each provider, they have their own servers. I have already shown you a server form. So in an internet, so in my machine, if I requested for nit.com, so this is my client machine. In my client machine, I'm using Google Chrome browser. So I supplied this URL, and let's assume NIT stored all these web content in NIT server machine. From NIT server machine, the data will be retrieved and the data will be exchanged from server machine to my machine with the help of internet, with the help of www. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Sharing the information from server to the client with the help of internet is the medium called.
Is it like a torrent, whatever we used previously? Torrent,
no,
like...
No, it has different meaning. You can't relate with torrent. I can't say even torrent as an example for www. The media is totally different. Not only NIT, whichever the content which we are retrieving from server and displaying on your client, the media which is used to retrieve and transfer the data from and to with the help of internet, and the data will be passed via www. So if I connect one machine and another machine, it's a network. If it is WAN, then it is internet. But the data is exchanged from one machine to another machine via www. Explore on it, not now, after some time. I'll give you a time for self-learning. How does the website like wikipedia.com populate relevant data when we searched? Not only Wikipedia. If it is any search engine, or whenever if you are going for any click, so the application is populating the whatever the data which the user wants to have. So have you ever think about where the data is getting stored, how the data is getting fetched based on the user choice? It can be any field, any term. Let it be. So let it be. There were lots of questions arised. Maybe there were lots of questions arised in your mind in first slide. Even I arised a few questions in second slide. How the relevant contents are fetched and where the contents are getting stored and how it is getting populated in my client screen. Let it be. The third question. If you take New York Times, it's an online nytimes.com. The content of the news website gets dynamically updated every day. Not only every day, every hour to hour, the news is getting updated in the news website. Dynamic content. It's not static. So let's assume Amazon. So today morning, when you open an Amazon, they put some product on sale. Let's say some mobile sale. After some time, after 1 hour, if you visit to Amazon, do you see the same product on left top corner or right bottom corner?
No, ma'am.
No. Or on the carousel? No. The application which we are using is not static. I can challenge in any forum. We are not at all using any static website. We are into dynamic web application. All the application. 99.9 applications are dynamic, which is web application. The contents are updated. I mean, new contents are getting updated based on the time interval. Depend upon the website, it might change. Now you take your social media, your post. So if you open now, whomsoever has posted now, after 5 minutes, if you refresh Instagram, the new post will be updated. The contents are dynamic. How? Let it be another question. Where the data getting stored, how it is getting populated with the relevant information, how the content is getting changed. And if you take any web application, so which we can see a colorful, attractive images get displayed every time when we go to the interest site, Pinterest site. How does this happen? So if you take any application nowadays, you can form uniform look and attractive images, appearance wise appealing. So how, and some applications are loaded with a lot of animations. How? The solution for all the question. Why are creative designed websites appreciate more and always in high demand? So if you compare one application to another application, so applications are more creative, and yeah, they are introducing so many innovative things. So if you take any time, always creative, innovatively designed websites are highly recognized all the time, not only nowadays, for the past 2 decades. And always it will be on high demand. I don't want to give examples for all the web application. I'm sure you people are familiar with lots of web applications. So as of now, guys, are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You refer this website, you refer this website. I'm sure you people came across with thousands of websites these many days. So I'm muting you all. Listen, as of now, you are all customers to that application, clients to the application. Change your mindset into developer point of view. If you are a web developer and you want to develop the application, what are all the things you need to consider? Yeah, we cannot be in a day. You cannot be a very good web designer. It will come by day, step by step in practice. But I want all of you to change your mindset into developer point of view. So if you take 1 second, you are not the mentor is calling. Saurav, you there? Saurav?
He's in the breakout room. I think.
Yeah, some confusion. Rakesh called me. Okay, helping him. Akash is having some network issue. He sent one message in the morning that he's having problem with network. People are searching for Akash. If Akash is not there, ask him to take the next person and check with Akash when he'll be available.
Yeah, I'll slack him.
Carry on. Yeah. So you take any web page. So think I want this to be how this, if you take bottom top corner, how this underlined word, how this menu, how this carousel, how he added these two buttons, the two round cornered button, and this percentage rating, and this share option, and the styles. So being a web application developer, so you need to think in such a way how to creatively design and how to have an appealing look and feel of your application. So let's get into developer point of view. Is it possible to read information displayed on a website directly without browser? There is a question.
Ma'am, just 1 minute. Ma'am, Prashant Pant. Prashant.
Recording stopped.
I can see Prashant.
Yes, ma'am. I can also see him, but Prashant Pant.
Okay, you take Shubham Kumar. You take the next person. Coordinate with him. Send a message to all the learners and check they are alert and they are available.
Okay, ma'am.
I've sent you the name list. Check, send them
Recording
like
in
available.
progress.
We will call you next in another 10 minutes. Okay. Anuj, you there? Can you? Hello, Anuj.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you read and answer this question?
No, ma'am. It is not possible.
So if you take web application in your computer, web application can be accessed with the help of software called as web browser.
Web browser.
I have been mentioning all my discussion that, so name alone client machine. In client machine, we need web browser. Likewise, client machine I can use my computer for many purpose. Likewise, server is also a machine which can be used for many purpose. So if you installed software, the respective server software, it is gonna to act like the respective server package. Likewise, in client machine, we need to install web browser software. So don't forget, anything can be achieved in a computer only by having softwares. So web application can be accessed in web browser software provided by web server software. In my client machine, I can access website only with the help of.
Ma'am, Prashant, hello.
Yes, sir.
Prashant.
Yes, sir.
Prashant, I sent you a link on Slack.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please join that meeting.
Saurav, please coordinate on Slack. You check with all others and ensure them they are available. It really disturbs the flow of the session. Anywhere you feel like any technical term we want to discuss, or if you have any confusion, please come forward. How can we create information in a manner that can be interpreted by all the browsers? So if you take, there will be a minute change in this appearance of application, that too for not all. Minimum number of application will have that. But if you take commonly, all the browsers can interrupt a language. So they have designed in such a way, all the application can be displayed in any of the browser which we are using. The browsers has been designed in such a way it can interrupt all the application and it can display the information on the screen. So whatever the question has been arised in these many slides, the answer is everything can be achieved with the help of a language called as HTML language. So name alone web page. So if you take any web application, so web application consists of collection of web pages. So in the first day, I may introduce a lot of theory, guys. That is only for today. For next 1 week, though, throughout the week, we will be into designing only. But today, I don't have any other goal. So don't get confused with the terms. So we are talking about web application. So web application is nothing but collection of web pages. Then you can ask me question, what is web page? What is web page? What is web page?
Collection of information.
So the screen, the NIT.com screen, which you are viewing as of now, falls under the category web page. If I get into the next screen page, if I click Knowledge Center, it will redirect you to another page. If you take NIT.com, it is not only comprises of one home screen, home web page. It comprises of many web pages. If I click Knowledge Center, can you see the changing content? The content has been changed. If I click corporate training and if I go for any of the option, every time it will be loaded with different web page. So web application, if you take NIT.com is a web application which comprises of many web pages. Each web page will have the relevant content which needs to displayed according to the requirement of user's choice. But all the web pages can be constructed with the help of a language called as HTML. So that is why if you look into the topic, can you see we are going to develop a web page using what? HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, the language which is used to develop a web page. So collection of web pages can be put together as web application. So in this session, we will be discussing anatomy of an HTML element and HTML document, how to create a web page using HTML element, installing your HTTP live server, Emmet tool, and monthly cursor feature. Cursor. So website versus web application, web page. Website is a collection of web page displayed on an internet using a web browser. So if you take any website, it consists of n number of web pages, which will be there on an internet I can access using web browser. Web page is a single page that holds information in the form of text or media. So one single page which we are viewing and which is having certain content is called as web page, but collection of all the web page together falls under the category website. Any query? Yes, Hasib, anything you want to add with the theory so far? Please go ahead.
No, Sangeeta, I think it is okay. It's been covered, everything. See, web pages are the combination of web pages from a website. Okay. And web pages are the HTML files. So the basic programming language of web pages are HTML file.
So if you take Java, tpoint.com is a website. Here it consists of hundreds of web pages. So if I click HTML, it is one web page. If I click Bootstrap, it is another web page. It is having its own content. Whereas if you take being a developer, you need to develop each and every web page. So if I want to develop Java tpoint.com, I need to create this menu and I want to create the content. So if I have some 10 languages, 10 technologies, for all the 10 technology, I need to create web page. So finally, I'll combine all the web page and I'll be creating a website. Again, in order to create a web page, I need a language, and that language is called as HTML language. So if you take any website, can be developed with the help of three powerful tool, which is HTML. Whatever the content we are viewing in a web page can be developed with the help of HTML. The styles, cascading style sheet, the look and feel of the page can be enhanced with the help of CSS, cascading style sheet. On top of my element, if I want to enhance the dynamic feature, some dynamism can be included in my web page with the help of JavaScript. So we will be discussing about CSS and JavaScript in forthcoming slides. So let's explore on HTML. HTML is one of the building block of web page. So any web page. So that's what I'm telling. Whatever the thing we are viewing, everything I need to. So if you take Java, under Java, I have some 8 topics. 8 topics, everything I need to create a web page. In order to develop a web page, I need a language called as HTML language. So HTML is one of the building block of web page. It is a standard markup language used to display document on web browser. It's a markup language. It is not a programming language. It's a scripting language. It's a tag-based language. So programming languages are languages which are compiled by the compiler, which follows a strict syntactic rule, and always it is for business logic. Whereas we have another language called as markup language or scripting language, which is tag-based language. Will have a script engine for shell-based or browser-based application development. Your HTML falls under the category markup language for your web browser. It comprises of HTML element that instructs web browser to display the content on web page. Last point is very, very, very important. Name alone HTML. HTML consists of lot of elements. Based on the element only, my web page will display the content. If I have a button, my web browser will display button image. So if I place a theory, for example, article, or if I placed paragraph, it will display in the form of paragraph. If I keep a video, so my browser will display a form of video. So based on the HTML element, my browser will display the content on web page. Again, if you take theory, hypertext, HTML stands for hypertext markup language. Around 1990s, Tim Berners-Lee, who is the scientist of who invented HTML, internet-based language to share information. It is always comes under the category standard markup language on your browser. So HTML stands for hypertext. Guys, listen carefully. The word hypertext, because it is having an ability, to make hyperlinks. So that no one content and another content will be linked. Am I making it sense? Hyperlink. So HTML consists of lot of elements. We call it as HTML element or component. So few will explore, few I'll list it out. You can explore. One of the easiest scripting language which everyone can learn. A structure of HTML document. A simple hello world, like hello world Java program. This is a sample demo on HTML document. So don't worry, everything will be automatically included when you are using the tool like Visual Studio Code. So if you look into the first line, doc type HTML, this is optional by the way, guys. This is an optional line. The first line in HTML, tag based language, open close tag, exclamatory, doc type HTML, which is nothing but I am instructing my browser that I'm going to write HTML, and it is an HTML page. And even if you want, you can mention the version of HTML. And the language which I'm going to use to write an HTML is English. So HTML is a tag, which is an entry tag for HTML. There should be a proper entry tag and there should be a proper closing tag. So there will be two blocks of HTML. One is head block, the other one is body block. Only two blocks. So under head, you have as name implicits, it is something like header information of my HTML page. So it consists of meta information, title, your style sheet, your scripting, all the information, your links, everything will be placed in your head tag. So whatever the language code which my HTML will interrupt and it will understand, that you can display. All are optional. Meta tag character set, the character code which I'm gonna to use, it is UTF-8. It's a default computer code. And